I am recording live right now, and I want you to start by telling me a little bit about what happened, what you put on your complaint form. And let me just take a minute to pull the form up in front of me. You reported that you were sexually assaulted by a Torrance police officer during a police encounter. Can you tell me what happened?
Yes. Where I was detained at a business, and I was inside a room. And when the officer got there, he just closed the door behind him, so no one else can see besides him and me. And he just he started by asking me all kinds of questions related to my sexual history, whether I had been uh, raped before, or if I was sexually active. And then he told me that it was procedure for him to check me, and he 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 put his hands like in all my pockets, and then he put his hands in my rear pockets. And although it was clear that I had nothing in them because I had my pants were tight, and as he did that about 3 times, although I kept telling him to stop, and he just kept saying that it was procedure and procedure. And then he pulled down my zipper, and he stuck his finger inside my zipper, and he tried to get me to pull down my pants completely. And he said that if I didn't do it then, that when I got to the police station, that they were going to have to strip me down completely to check me, so that I should comply with him then. And but then I just told him to stop, and I just didn't want him to. I told him I preferred to do everything at the police station instead of having him do it then and there. And then after he finished, he opened the door, and no one else saw.
Okay, let me ask you a few questions. What was the original reason for him contacting you? Was it like shoplifting? Was it some issue?
Yes,
Okay.
it was petty
Okay, so it was a
theft.
petty theft. All right, and just one thing, Anna. I haven't said your last name, so I don't want you to say it because this is recorded. So don't put any information. Don't give your address either. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to contact the police department in a moment. Let me just start by telling you that what you're describing is very serious. It's a crime.
Okay.
It's definitely a crime if it happened the way you described. So I want to make sure that I'm getting everything exactly as it happened. So where did this happen? Was it at the mall?
Yeah, it was.
At Torrance Mall?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the store that this happened at?
It's H&M.
H&N?
H&M. Yeah.
H&M. Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of store is that? What do they sell there?
Clothes.
Okay.
They sell. Yeah.
Okay, like female clothing or just general clothing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And were you there alone or were you with company or friends?
No, I was by myself.
You were by yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
20.
You're 20 years old. Okay. Have you ever seen this officer before? Or have you ever run into him any other time?
No.
All
No.
right. And was he assigned to the mall or did he show up after they called him?
Yeah, he showed up after they called me
Okay. Was he by himself or was he with a partner?
by himself.
Okay. And what kind of uniform was he wearing?
Um, I'm not sure. Just the normal.
Well, no, I don't mean. I just mean what color was it? What did it look like? Was it
Oh.
light, dark?
Oh. I think it. Yeah, it was dark.
It was a dark uniform.
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like blue or black or something real dark?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he have a badge number?
Yes, he did. Actually, I'm not quite sure. I have his number. I don't have it with me, but I have his officer number.
Well, you gave it to me on the complaint form, so I
Yeah.
don't. I have it. Is his name
Okay.
Officer? Is his name Officer Force?
Yes.
Okay. Describe Officer Force for me. What does he look like? Describe his face. Any facial hair? His physical build. Was he
He's
fat, medium? What did he look like?
he's like average built, and he was tall, white, and he had very blue eyes and dark short hair.
Okay. And when you came into contact with him, where was the first place that you had contact with him? Was it out in the store or was it in this particular room?
Yeah, it was in that room, and it was the office where I was held.
Okay, so you were held for shoplifting, um, and did they seize anything? Did they take any of your property? Did they take anything from you?
No, they didn't take it.
Okay, so they who was it that accused you of shoplifting and brought you to that room?
It was a loss prevention officer.
Okay, do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. What is he? What did he look like?
He was fat and Hispanic and big, very big and short, and he was wearing a cap.
Okay, and we're not going to talk at all about the accusation about the shoplifting. That's not relevant here. But this is what I do want to ask you. Um, did they say that they saw you shoplift? Did they say they saw you on tape? Did they have some sort of evidence that they brought to say
Yeah,
that justified them
yeah,
stopping you?
yeah,
Okay, so they accused you of shoplifting. He came down from the office and then took you back to an office where you were held until the police got there.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now you're in that office by yourself. Did they let you make a phone call?
No, not there.
Okay, did you have a cell phone with you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you have it with you in the room or did they take it from you?
Um, I had it in my room. When he got there, he was looking through it.
Okay, so when the officer came to the up to the point that the officers got there, they didn't take anything from you. You had all your property and your cell phone.
Yes, I had all my property.
Okay, so now the officer arrives and he starts going through your purse. How did it start? Walk me through from the time he walked through the door. What did he do?
Um, just a second. Is there a way that you can give me like 2 minutes?
Yes, yes. You need to take a minute.
Um,
Go right ahead.
yeah, it's because I got locked out of my house, so I have to go get my keys really quick.
Go ahead. Take your
Is that
time.
okay?
I'll stay on the line.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm talking on recording. Sorry, I didn't mean to see it. Okay, thank you. Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead, Anna.
Okay, thank you. What was your last question?
My last question was, what did he do when he came in the room? What did he walk me through each step of what he did?
Okay. As far as I can remember, he walked in and he looked through all my purse. At the time, I was using my phone, not using, I was like browsing through my phone because my boyfriend was texting me, and when he walked in at that time, he snatched the phone from my hand, and he told me that I wasn't allowed to use my phone, and he looked through all my stuff, through my bag, and that's when and by that time, the security guards had already handcuffed me with these plastic cuffs that they had. So I was already handcuffed, and what he did was he uncuffed me. He cut those plastic handcuffs that they had on me, and he began asking me questions, like I said, relevant to my sexual history. He asked me if I had been
Hold on.
raped.
Let me ask you about
Excuse
that.
me?
Can you hear me
Yeah.
okay?
Huh?
Yeah, I said, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple questions about how he got to those questions. So let me make sure that I understand this. You were handcuffed when he came in, or handcuffed after some point?
Yeah. He
Okay,
was handcuffed. When he came in, I was already handcuffed with the plastic handcuffs.
okay. So you sat there in handcuffs until he arrived, and you were still in handcuffs when he got there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're handcuffed, you're waiting for the officer, he comes in, and when he comes over and unhandcuffs you and takes the plastic cuffs off, you then reach for your phone and then he knocks it out of your hand or takes it away from you?
Oh no. Also, I was handcuffed. I was still able to hold my phone.
Okay,
Like even so, yeah. So, but when he barely got there, that's when I was holding my phone, and that's when he snatched it from my hand.
okay, so he snatched the phone from your hand, and then
Yeah.
what was the first question that you remember him asking you?
He asked me if I had a boyfriend, and
Stop
yeah,
right there, stop right there. The first
yeah.
question he asked you after he got your handcuffs off, before he had done any other interview questioning, was, "Do you have a boyfriend?"
Yes.
And what did you say?
I told him no because I didn't want him to start questioning me about my boyfriend, since they tend to do that.
Right, right. Okay, so you told him no, and then what was the next question, if you remember?
He asked me if I had ever been sexually raped, like if anyone had ever raped me or sexually assaulted me. And he asked me that, and he also asked me if I was sexually active.
Okay, and I don't need you to answer either of those questions for me, but
Okay.
did you give him an answer?
Um, I believe I said,
Well, hold, stop right there. Don't tell me what you said. I don't need to know.
okay.
That's your private
Yeah,
business.
yes, I did give him an answer.
Okay, so you gave him an answer, and
Okay.
and was he satisfied with that answer, or did he keep asking more inappropriate questions?
Um, he was satisfied. He didn't really ask anything else
Okay, so
about.
so after he asked you, did you have a boyfriend? Are you sexually active, and have you been raped? He then didn't ask any more questions at that point.
No, he asked me questions. I guess he saw. I at that time, I guess I was very nervous and upset, and at the situation that I had gotten myself in, and he was just asking me questions. He was asking why. He was telling me to calm down and to not be upset.
Okay, all right. So he told you to calm down, not be upset. How did he get to the point of starting to touch you?
Because he said that we were almost going to leave to the police station. He said that he had to search me because before leaving, he was forced to search me. He said that was the procedure.
Okay,
And that's when he began to touch me.
okay. So now you said your pants were very tight, and it was fairly obvious that you didn't have anything in your back pockets.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was
Now,
obvious.
now let me ask you this: was the door closed at the time he was in there with you?
Yeah, yes, yeah. Before he started to touch me, he closed the door
Okay.
to ensure that no one
So
else that was working there could see anything.
So wait a minute. Let me be clear on this. He closed the door. The security didn't close the door. He closed it.
Yeah, he closed the door. At first, when he was talking to me, the door was open, and then he closed the door behind him.
Okay. All right. And no one else from the security or anyone else was in the room or nearby, correct?
No, no, they were right outside the room.
Okay. All right. How far do you think they were from the room if you know when the door was closed?
Um, I would say like 10, 20 feet.
Okay. So they would have seen him close the door and they would know that he was in there by himself.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. All right. So would it be the same big guy who arrested you?
Uh, Excuse me?
Would it be the same security officer who arrested you who would be closest, who would be outside the door?
Yeah, the one that was closest was the security from the mall who arrived after I was detained.
Okay. Okay.
The man who arrested me was in the room next door to the one that
Okay.
we were in.
All right. So now that you're wearing tight pants, the officer can see that you have nothing bulging from your pants,
Yeah.
but he nonetheless reaches into your back pockets and keeps searching inside your back pockets.
Yeah, he reached his hand inside my back pockets, and even though he verified that there was nothing there, although it was obvious, he just kept his hands there like as long as possible, and that's when I told him to stop, and I began to cry, and he just kept, after he searched my back pockets once, he later searched my back pockets again, and he did that 3 times.
Okay. And you were crying, and he still kept doing this.
Yes, I was crying, and he kept saying that there was no reason to cry, that this was all procedure, and he kept saying that if I didn't comply, that at the station I would be forced to be stripped down naked, and it would be much worse. And he said he actually told me if I wanted to that I could just take off my clothes there, and it would be easier and better than if I did it at the police station.
And you remember him telling you just in that way that if you took your own clothes off, it would be better.
Uh, yeah, he told me that if I just removed my clothes there, it would be better because at the police station they would actually make me remove everything and my underwear and everything. And he said that if I did this there in the room with him, that I didn't have to remove my underwear, just my pants and my shirt.
Okay. And did you agree to take your pants off, or what did you do?
No, at that time I told him that I just preferred to have a female do it at the police station instead of him, and I told him that I didn't want to proceed. But prior to me telling him that, he stuck his hands in my front pockets also, and he pulled down my zipper and stuck his hand inside his finger.
Okay.
And yeah, that's when I told him that I didn't want to proceed anymore.
Okay. Did he penetrate you with his finger, or did he just put it outside or on your underwear?
He just put his finger, and I could feel his finger touching my underwear,
Hmm.
but he didn't penetrate me.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm not going to ask you any more questions like that, but I is there anything else you want to tell me that's any more serious than what I've already asked you that I didn't cover?
Uh, no, that's yeah, that's basically said the worst that he did.
Okay. All right. Stay on the line with me, Anna. I'm going to call the police department. I believe that based on what you've told me, there's a criminal offense that has taken place and that this officer is a sexual predator and needs to be taken off the streets immediately. I don't know that they're going to do it, but if they don't do it, I'm going to make some noise. So just stand by for a minute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Anna, you listed a police department number on your complaint form, and I want to know if that's the right number. Did you get that number from the police department?
Um, yeah, I got the number. What I did is after it happened, I went to pick up complaint forms from their actual department, and on that form, they list their number.
Okay. All right. Well, they're not answering that telephone line, so let me call a different number. Okay.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay.
You've reached Torrance Police Department, Life and Narcotics Division. This is Denise Thurston. I'm either on a call or away from my desk. Please leave your telephone with me. One moment, please. Hi, this is Lieutenant Mike Cheslin, Vice Narcotics Division Commander for the Torrance Police Department. Please leave your name, number, and brief message at the tone, and I'll...
Okay, Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang in there for a minute. I'm trying to find a number for this department that works. Apparently, they don't
Okay.
answer the phone, so let me just keep working on it. Hold on.
Okay.
Only because of the reason.
Hello.
Torrance Jail.
Yes, sir. I have an emergency situation, and I need to get an active working number for the chief's officer. Can you transfer me there?
What's the reason for the chief? You need a unit?
Well, no. The reason for the chief is I have a woman who was sexually assaulted by an officer on the phone with me, and I want to go right to the top. I want to make sure that someone deals with this.
It's a Torrance
Yes,
officer?
yes.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Watch Commander, Lieutenant Mike Jeslin, can I help you?
Yes, my name is Diop Kamal, and I'm the CEO of PoliceAbuse.com. And I have a young woman on the phone with me who says she was sexually assaulted by one of your officers.
Okay, I'm sorry, you were a little garbled at the beginning. The last name is Kamal?
Kamal, Kamau.
M-A-U, and the first name?
Diop, Diop.
Okay. And what's the lady's name?
She's on.
She's on the phone right now. She can hear us.
Yes, she can hear you. But hold on, sir. Before you go further, I am recording, and I'm on a public website, and I don't want her to give her name over the phone on the live air. So what I want to do is, if you can give me a telephone number she can reach you at, or an email address, then we will call back or send you the information. I don't want her exposed in that way.
Okay, she can call 310
Mm-hmm.
328
Mm-hmm.
3456. And then when she gets an answer on the other end, have her ask for the watch commander.
Okay.
And I would be very interested in speaking with her, and she can come down to the station immediately. I would encourage her to.
Okay. Well, I want to give you a few details before I get off the line. The officer's name is Force, and let me get his badge number. Just a minute. Actually, I lost that page. I'll have to come back to it. But
Okay, I know who he is.
okay, and it happened at the Torrance Mall, and it sounds to me like it's something this guy has kind of structured. He's got a little approach that he comes with that is really inappropriate, and I believe this woman. So I'm gonna have her call that number back, and we'll contact you shortly.
Okay, you said she was sexually assaulted?
Yes, I'll give you a brief description of what he did. He went. Now I'm a retired police detective. You probably know me as Don Jackson, but that's not my name now. And
Right.
yeah, you know who I am.
Oh, I know who you are. We played football together.
Yeah, I thought you sounded familiar. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I remember bumping heads with you out there over at Torrance High.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, listen, this is not a happy occasion, though. So let me get back to business. This young woman, I believe her, and essentially what she says is what happened is this: that she was arrested on a shoplifting charge. She was being held in security. The officer showed up, entered into the room with her, closed the door behind him, did not have a female officer or anyone else with him. While he was in the room, started immediately asking her sexual questions that are completely inappropriate for this kind of investigation. He asked her if she had been raped before, if she had a boyfriend, if she was sexually active. None of those have anything to do with shoplifting. And then he proceeded to put his hand down her pants and feel her rear end while he was pretending, in her words, in so many words, to do a search. He kept putting his hand in there and kept his hand on her buttocks for several seconds until she told him to stop. He then made her an offer that she could take all of her clothes off for him, and then that would obviate her having to have her clothes taken off at the police station and being strip searched. So I think that was used as leverage to convince her to take her clothes off. She declined. She immediately went to the police station, got a complaint form, and then called us. So I take this very seriously, and I know that you know how I operate, so I'm going to see what you guys do. But here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to email your department a copy of her recorded statement with me and a copy of her complaint form, and then I'm going to have her call the number you just gave me.
Okay. When do you think she's going to call?
Well, let me ask her. Anna, did you hear all that? Okay.
Yes, I
When
did.
when can you call the police department?
To give them a statement.
Yes, just to give them a preliminary statement. They're going to have detectives probably meet with you after this, and if you need me in some way to be involved, I will discuss that with you later. But don't worry, you won't be alone, and they know who I am.
Okay, yeah, I can call tomorrow.
Okay, what time tomorrow?
At noon.
Okay, you call me first. I'll be at my desk, and then we'll make the call together. And then once I know you're on the way with the right people, then I can break off.
Okay, and also I already sent a complaint form to the chief of police, and I haven't even heard back.
Okay.
How long ago was
Did you mail it in, Anna? How did you get that to them?
The form?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the actual department and I picked up a few forms, and then I mailed one where I described everything that he did. I mailed it to the chief of police, but no one replied to me, and that was about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. All right. We're going to make sure it gets dealt with. Okay, Sergeant?
It's Lieutenant, but I will definitely pass the word along, and yes, we're very interested in speaking with her about this. I don't know anything about the form being mailed in. I'll follow up on that, but okay. We will talk. Does she live close where she could come into the station?
Is that possible, Anna?
Yes, that is.
Okay. We'll work out the details tomorrow.
Why don't we go from there to, tomorrow at 12 when she calls back, and maybe we could set that up as well, okay?
Okay, that'll be perfect. And sorry, Lieutenant, I didn't mean to
that's okay.
discount
Don't worry about it.
your
No
promotion.
big thing.
Okay. All right, listen.
All right.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant. And Anna, I'll be in touch.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Lieutenant.
Okay.
All right, bye. All right, Anna, bye.